Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, including you, Kimiko, welcome to another Nowhere Safe 2. So, a couple of people asked to see more of it. Sure, I can do some bad reading. God, my English skills are horrible. Anyways, so looking at the film, I think I told my husband off for not letting me see the other guy who's going to help me when my friend goes away because I don't leave the house ever. By the way, since I posted the video, the guys who made it pointed out a correction I got wrong. Main character who we're playing was in an arranged marriage. She couldn't go through with it, so she ended up living with her husband, the guy she lives with now, who wasn't the guy she was arranged with, and she couldn't stand outside long enough to get married to him either. So technically, they're not married, stuff like that. So that's where that comes from. She just calls him husband, so that's what that conversation with the teacher was about. Anyways, so back to the story as our daughter's dressed in Lola Goth. God. We met Mr. Bento, and I believe I told my husband to go off on meeting the gay guy. So, while my friend goes off to Australia to look for some beach surfing type guy. So, now with all that said, time to drink. I'm going to need more liquor for this. Let's do this. No, she actually said something. She continues writing her Japanese characters while wiggling her feet back and forth. Okay, excuse me. Okay, well, let me know if you have any questions. Mommy? Yes, sweetie? Is Daddy coming back? What is gay? It's, when your friend's being... No, just kidding. No, don't use that gay as a slang. I mean, that, derogatory term. Gasp! Hold on. There we go. How's that? Okay, that was... I gasped so hard I had a cough. Excuse me. To herself, I'm not ready for this. What should I do? That's a very interesting question. Why do you ask? Daddy got really mad when you said you had a friend who was gay. Oh, it's not quite like that. He was mad before. You see, Daddy's a dick. Oh, Daddy and I want to make a different choice about some things. So it's really easy to get in arguments, but it won't be like that for much longer. Okay. So what's gay? It's okay to be gay. Do you know George Takei or Takai? It's nothing. We'll talk about it when it's over. It's when two men or two women kiss. It's called gay. How old is she again? She's in kindergarten. It's not that big of a deal to tell, but yeah, just tell her. It's when two women love each other. When they love each other, not when they kiss. When they love, oh, whatever. This is going to get to a point where I kiss a friend goodbye, or she kissed me, and she thinks that's gay, as opposed to when two men or two women love each other. Yeah, so I mean, kindergarten. It's okay to tell them about it. Did my screen just flash? The problem with telling them is they're just going to go, you tell little kids something, they'll go all crazy about it. My nephews, they learn one of those naughty songs, the usual Batman Smells, Robin Lady, or even worse, and they just continue saying it forever because they know it's naughty. But anyways, yeah, it's fun to tell a kindergarten. Go for it. Ew, kissing, gross, yuck. To herself. Perfect. She responded to kissing being gross and not relating it to homosexuality. Well, okay. I don't know why she would make that association, but I answered the question and her curiosity is satisfied for now. I don't have to worry about her repeating it at school because she isn't talking yet. That's going to be a first word to a teacher. Are you gay? I went back. Sorry. Mommy, I feel really tired. Why don't you take a nap then? I'll let you know when dinner's ready. What should I make for dinner? Do I get to choose that also? Because I haven't made dinner in a while. Shoot. I've been lazy eating out. Sunday morning. Hey, this Sunday's a Super Bowl. Am I going to school today? I thought that you could use a break from school so you can stay home. Oh, you can't take her to school, can you? That's weird. Is it because Daddy's not here to take me to school? Of course not. It's really if you really want to go, you can just take the bus. We both knew I was lying. She often asked for answers that she already knew the question to. She already knew the answer to. What am I saying? Excuse me. Okay, take 2. Edit that part out. We both knew I was lying. She often asked for answers that she already knew. Yeah, just to see what I would do. I felt like I had played along, and I pretended like I didn't know what she was doing. I knew that she would be afraid to take the bus. I knew that the mere suggestion of having her travel by herself would be extremely threatening to her, just as threatening as it is for me to leave the house. When Daddy's coming back? He'll be back really soon, sweetheart. Never. What's really soon? Maybe we'll see him later today. I thought you said he was just going for a walk. He walked to America to find a blonde that wasn't afraid to leave the house. Anyways, I decided to ignore her because I can tell that she's attempting to bait me. She's 5 years old. She misses her dad. She's not trying to manipulate you. It's all your fault, you know. Okay, she's pissed at you now. You're still a little girl. When you grow up, you'll see that things can be very, very, very difficult. It's nobody's fault. All mommies and daddies have arguments. Why did he have to argue with me in front of her? I always look like the bad guy. I already felt bad enough for arguing with Kento. I didn't need to hear it from my own daughter as well. I want to let you know that Dr. Hamasaki will be coming here tomorrow. Is she coming to see you? Actually, tomorrow she's coming to see you. After I told her that the doctor was coming, she became completely silent. I knew she would because having to perform in front of a doctor would make her nervous, especially since it's obvious that she liked her somewhat. Okay. The truth is, I just wanted her to shut the fuck up. Shut her mouth. Trust me, sometimes parents just want to say that. Would you be quiet, you little brat? Anyways. Dr. Hamasaki. Hey now. What is it? I found a picture of her like in a bra and panties. Something to do with the game, I'm not sure. But anyways, Dr. Hamasaki. Hi, Kazumi. Silence as the music plays. Today I brought a story to share with you. I drew the pictures myself. Would you like to see? Kazumi nods and sits in her lap on the couch as the doctor proceeds to read the story. Excuse me. I'm dealing with my self-medication here. I'm running out of my self-medication. As long as Kazumi was doing what she wanted, she seemed to act like a pleasant little girl. It seemed as though things didn't quite go her way, that she would become difficult. I always had conflicting feelings about her. Sometimes she made me frustrated because she didn't do what I wanted. But there were times such as this where I felt hopeful that our relationship would somehow improve. Once upon a time, there was this little girl who lived in a tiny house on a tiny hill in a tiny town. One day, her mother decided to take her to the circus. The little girl was very afraid to go. Would the circus be safe? Would the tigers try to eat her? Would the children be nice? Would the children be nice, or would they be mean? The little girl said to her mother, "Mommy, I'm afraid to go to the circus, but I don't know why." Her mother replied, "Sometimes, when we leave our homes, things outside are difficult, and we don't know what to expect. But don't worry, your mommy will make sure you stay safe. Nothing is going to hurt you." As the doctor reads the story, I put my hand over her chest and feel that her heart's beating in unison. Isn't that a bit weird? Just the doctor's reading story, just being able to take her pulse. Anyways, could our fear of the outside be handwritten into our brains? She couldn't have learned this by watching me. Could she have? Dr. Hamasaki continues to read. And you did take the pulse of the little girl, not of Dr. Hamasaki. Because that's a different story altogether if you reach over and just cop the field. Anyways. sorry, that's a liquor. The little girl and her mother drove to the circus. She felt very nervous, but she knew that her mother would take care of her. Don't put this on me. I can't take care of her. Anyways. When they got to the circus, they saw bears hula hooping and acrobats flying across the stage. Future Robins, they are. They were pretty girls riding elephants and jugglers juggling. Everyone in the audience was laughing and clapping. I'm not sure what I was afraid of before, the little girl squealed. Squealed, yeah. Kazumi jumps up and down as she looks at the doctor's hand-drawn pictures of the circus. As the little girl and her mother drove home from the circus, she talked to her mother about how much fun she had. Mommy, I don't know what I was afraid of before. I had so much fun. Then there wasn't any carnies in that circus. Her mother looked towards her and said, Don't worry, my darling. Being afraid of new things is just part of growing up. God, I never grew up then. And that's the end, Kazumi. Did you like the story? Kazumi nods yes. Why is that in quotation marks? Anyways, what was your favorite part? Kazumi gets up and acts like one of the hula hooping bears in the story. Did you like the hula hooping bears? Excuse me, I'm readjusting my cover on my couch here. Sorry, can't see that. Kazumi smiles. That's my favorite part, too. Why don't you go upstairs so I can talk to Mommy? Let me take a drink here. I'm out of medication. I'm going to have to refill here. Anyways, I think that she really responded to the story. When you talk about the little girl being afraid of going outside, I felt her heart beat beneath her chest. Yes, I thought that she may relate to the little girl. You think? That must have taken a lot of time. I really hate to be a burden to you so much. Actually, that sounds like a pretty standard story that they have for psychologists. I know they have all those books everywhere for in Barnes & Noble. Anyways, a good therapist should take the time to prepare for their patients. There's no need to mention it. Have you spoken to her teacher recently? Actually, I haven't. I'm embarrassed to admit that I got no news is better than any news at time. Say it. You haven't left the house and she hasn't been to school. Does she talk to you about school at all? Actually, no. Whenever we ask her about it, she just cries. I'm afraid to say anything to her now. And that just makes the subject even worse, doesn't it? When you're just afraid to talk to her about it. I see. She appears to be in the very first stages of selective mutism. Excuse me. How unprofessional of me as a doctor to burp. Yeah, anyways. In that stage, a child usually can speak to family members at home, but appears anxious at school and doesn't speak. Actually, her teacher said that she plays with the other kids. She doesn't say anything about being nervous. She just says that she's not talking. Then she may be somewhere in between the first and second stages. The child will often speak positively about school in the second stage once they start participating non-verbally. Sorry, I have a speech impediment. I don't know if I told you guys that before, but I occasionally stumble on random words. In order to move her forward, either you or Kento, by the way, where's Kento? I haven't seen him in days. Anyways, we'll have to start going to school with her for support. Gasp. What do you mean? What like every day? Go outside? There's no way I can do that. And Kento has gone to work. Has to go to work, excuse me. Why would we have her? Why would we have to go with her? There's a very common technique that is often used to help children with selective autism. It's called sliding in. Slide to the left and slide to the right. It starts with the children communicating with the trusted adult in a private room at school. The adult then tells the child that another adult, such as a teacher, will be sitting outside the door. The child chooses how far away the other adult may sit, and the adult is gradually brought into the room. It's a gradual progression type therapy, I believe. The process can take a really long time. You're going to have to be very, very patient. I know you're a patient person. That's why Kento's still here in the house, right? He's somewhere around here. How long are we talking here? Months, maybe a year even. Okay, I'll talk to Kento about it, because he's totally here in the house and I totally didn't have a fight with him. I'm just not sure what we'll be able to do. I don't need to tell you what I think. Wait, what? I don't need to tell you what I think. I don't need to tell you what I think. You're my therapist. Don't I pay you to think? Anyways, I would do whatever I could for my daughter, but I'm just not able right now. I don't know if that's anything then. Okay, when should I make our next appointment? Why don't you come in again on Friday? Of course. I'll call to confirm what time I'm available. Thanks again for all your help. I really appreciate you coming on Sunday. Don't mention it. Helping people like Kazumi is why I've become a doctor. Sweetheart, did you like that story today? Yes. That's wonderful. Why don't you take a bath before dinner? Okay, I want to eat Kasudan, excuse me. Isn't that beef? Kasudan. No, beef is gyudon. What's kasudan? Is that... Anyways. I see if we have... Oh, pork. It's pork. Mommy, can you take me to the circus sometimes? I have to see when the next one is. Yay! What am I thinking? There's no way I could take her to the circus, but I don't want to ruin her evening. Just go outside. Sorry. I'm home. Where have you been? I had to ask Aya to take Kazumi to school this morning. On a Sunday? Anyways, do you know how embarrassed I was to having to explain myself? You can't just take off whenever you want, you skinny little bastard. You almost look like a drawing of a small boy rather than an adult in some of these anyways, what does it matter? It's not like you have to go anywhere. You know that I can't take care of her by myself. She has to go to school and to the doctor's office, and I can't take her there. Aya's going to be gone in less than a week, and then what will I do? Gasp. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be like that. But you can't always have everything your way. I live here too. You need to tell me what's going on here, Naoki. Nako. You have... Wait a minute, what is it? That was weird, what was that? Anyway. Oh, with Naku. That's the gay guy's Naku. Yeah. You have things that you are not willing to talk about, and so do I. Just leave it at that. We met at a gay bathhouse. It's a long story. Anyways. Oh, dear God. That whiskey's coming up on me. Either that or it's the... Chick-fil-A. Why do I still eat there? Anyways, I'm going to call Aya and ask her what's going on. I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner. But her nipples was... I'm on the ground. Hold on.